My name is David. I'm currently the head of sales of Ochy, and I will be the one presenting to you today because I'm also a former strength and conditioning coach, just like you guys. And I'm glad to have Perrin with me, who is the co-founder of Ochy, who I like to call the brain behind this. And she's also a biomechanist specialist. So any technical questions will be handled and hand over to her. Um, Perrin, do you want to say something, or should we start?
Yeah, I can just say a few words yeah, but you said really nicely, first of all. But yes, I was also a former athlete, so I know what it is to be injured. And I tried as a background of PT to help all runners in general to get better on tracks or in sessions that they like. So yes, let's first of all show you what Ochi is, how and why we build it, and then after that, if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, yeah. So before I start, just know the program today, if it wants to, yeah. So of course there will be an introduction to Ochi, as Perrin said. We will explain to you the story behind it, why it's been created, the purpose behind it as well. We will talk about the benefits of gait analysis, and I will also show you and give you a tour of our solution. But the purpose of that is not necessarily to pitch you. You're not here to hear an advertisement. I want us to be here to talk about our first passion, which is helping athletes first. All right. So please allow me to put back my coach's hat on and let's pursue. So it all begins with a personal story, and I even feel a bit ashamed to tell the story with Perrin here, but I will train myself and
I
and
I can say it if you want. I can do the story. It's up to
yeah,
you.
go for it. Go.
I know it can be real, but how it started. So we were two 400-meter athletes. We met in the US first because we were athletes in a University of Central Missouri. At the same time, I was doing my study in physical therapist. And I met Scalden because he was always injured. He had a knee problem, so he was coming to the clinic every 3 weeks. I tried to help him get better, and how we can see he was not getting better. He was super frustrating, almost ready to quit because he couldn't get back on track and perform as much as he wanted. We had to know that he was a 46-second runner for 400 meter at one point, and he wanted to break that barrier. But what happened at one point? So I get my degree. I went back to Europe, and I started to work in a clinic specialized in biomechanics. So I made it come to the clinic, and we did so many tests, but we had tests from head to toe. And if we go back to 2012, 2013, videos and AI and things like that was not on track. He was not even existing at that point. But so we did so many testing on treadmill in the lab for hours and hours, and we finally found what happened to him. The injury and the pain that he had was not coming from the knee, it was coming for the motion of his foot. So over a rehabilitation process and things that it took for a long time, but it's going back on from injury doesn't come just like that. It takes time, and we have to understand the body. But so we took that time. But at one point, Calden was like, "Why the test is that you are asking me to do in labs for hours with capture, with things like that? Why we cannot have something that I can bring on track?" So it's a area and a field that I feel more confident. It's where I run freely because on a treadmill you don't run freely. Normally you kind most of freaking out more than anything like. So nothing was existing at that time, and that's why we created Ochi. That's the story behind.
Great. Great. So there's a short video that I want to show you guys that has been made by our friend Claudio about not just Ochy, but about running. And I think it's a good introduction before we start talking about how we can use running as a coach, even if your athletes are not necessarily runners. So I'll put it, it's a 1 minute video, and then we jump and we bounce from it.
Running is personal. It's form.
I hope everyone can see, but and hear as
It's
well.
your body talking back. But what if your run could tell you more? More than pace, more than distance. What if it showed you how you really move and how to move better? This is Ochy, AI-powered form and gait analysis from just a 10-second video. We took the science out of the lab and put it in your pocket, delivering tailored insights and training plans to help you reduce injury risk, improve your form, and run stronger for longer. Whether you're chasing a marathon or just want to feel your best on your daily loop, Ochy helps you unlock your full potential anytime, anywhere. Because good form isn't a finish line, it's a journey.
What I personally like about this video is not necessarily the emotional aspect of it, even if it's great, but it's also about what is running. And this is something I've personally encountered when I was a strength and conditioning coach. I was based in the US as well, and I was working in a high school. So I had many kids from many different sports: basketball, football, soccer, baseball, I mean, you name it. And I was at the time, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure you know it, but I was using the functional movement screen in order to start taking a look at my athletes and see where they start what, right? But I quickly realized that there is some stuff that you cannot see through those exercises, that you can only see through the body expressing itself, and the body expresses itself when the athlete is running. So I started making them run, but at the time I didn't have anything besides my eyes to really get conclusion based on what I see, and on top of that, to see if there was a sudden change of patterns, which is why I think something like Ochy is pretty interesting for us. So I can back. All right. So yeah, as we said, having data is good. I mean, lab has been out there forever, but as a coach like we are, we need something that is versatile, that we can bring anywhere, because even most of the time we also travel with our athletes. So the fact that we can bring a solution from and have it on our phone, which we always have with us, is a huge benefit. But on top of that, if we have something easy to carry but that takes forever to use, we're not going to use it. So Ochy also needed to be quick to use and also easy to navigate, not only for us, but also for our athletes. You see a lot of things in regards to runners, and runners can actually use Ochy, but when we really take a look at it, they won't know what to do with the data, right? So they still need someone like us to explain, but they also need to be able to understand what they see, right? So it's really a teamwork here. So it needed to be easy to navigate. So we will see a couple different things, a couple views. We have, as the images shows, a side view analysis, a back view analysis. And the reason is, it's just like our eyes, depending on where we position ourselves and where we look from, we will see different things. So the position and the side we choose for an analysis will give us different data, which I will show you a little bit later when I will walk you through the app. Again, the goal was to unlock real biomechanical data, right? Not just data overall, we also needed to select the ones that matters the most, and we backed our data with science for that. So we look at pelvic drop, pronation, cadence, overstride, and more. Again, it's all from a simple video. Take your phone, take a 10-second video, even less, and you get your analysis. And then, yeah, of course, data can help us overall reduce injury. We like to talk about performance when we are coach, But what I've learned pretty early on is that you need to prevent injury first, and then we can talk about performances. So we'll be focusing on injuries here. Yeah, again, whether you're owning a store, and we talk about the store because runners have many people around them, but athletes too, right? They have physios, they have coaches, they have people who choose their shoes for them, like the stores, and many more. And we wanted this to be able to be used by everyone and all the actors. So this is where I will show you the way it looks like. Obviously, I've pre-recorded some runs so that I don't have to do it now in front of you and to get the best of the time we have. So I will just show you the interface and we will dive into the data now. Before I start, I do not pretend and I don't have the pretension to tell you what we should do with the data because I'm a firm believer that data is nothing but numbers. What matters with the numbers is how we use it and how we interpret it. So everything depends on who we work with, what's the goal of and what we're trying to achieve with these numbers, what is the environment, the situation we are in, and the same number will mean different things. So let's just look at the data itself, and then we can discuss all together what we could do with this data. So in Ochy, it's clearly and it's easy to use in the sense that we have put in the list all of your athletes. And when you click on an athlete, you can find all the analysis you've done with him. I didn't mention it, but you can see it. We can use it on a treadmill. We can use it over ground, whether it's on the back view, side view, whatever it is. The goal is for you to be able to use it anywhere, anytime. So yeah, treadmill, over ground works good. When we look at the back view, we will have first a visual analysis where we can, with our athletes, take a look at the way they run. Okay, we can put it in slow-mo to be able to explain it better. But then everything that we see is reported here. So we see left hip, left knee, right knee, and then the feet. Anything that you see that could be alarming, just like this excessive knee adduction here, you can click on and there will be an explanation. We give you a quick recap of what we see, potential consequences of what we see, and even some correction that we only suggest because ultimately you're the boss, you're the one who will tell the athletes what to do with it. From there, you can either send the link of the analysis to your athletes so that they can access this very page, or you can export it as a PDF and send it over to all the other people that you work with that take care of this athlete. Physios, coaches, athletic trainers, whoever they are. But you can also compare to analysis because again, having a knee adduction is not necessarily wrong. If you grew up like that and your body got used to it, I personally had flat feet, and the day I put insoles, went back on the field and I got my first ACL. Wow, I guess I should have stayed flat-footed, right? But what we want to see as a coach is, do we get a sudden change of patterns? And for that, we need to be able to measure accurately and often. Hence the use of these kind of technologies. So here I can see the before and after. We can see if different shoes will have an impact on the biomechanic and the running form of our athletes. And we see all the numbers here being compared, the pronation, the knees, the hips. And we can do the same with the side view now. The side view gives us different metrics. It's more spatial, temporal at first here. So we can clearly see again the runners and the form. And the first thing I want to touch on is the foot strike. Right now you will see, we will look at the foot strike right after, but I know sometimes there's a difference in the way people define a foot strike and the way we define it. And I will tell you why. So which data do we get here? Running speed, ground contact time, stride length. Those that we usually use, right? But instead of taking this kind of thing that we push every time there's a step to get the frequency and the cadence, it's measured for you. Then we have a more biomechanical analysis to see how each segment is being used. How do you use your arms? How do you use your, how do you use your knees, your legs, your ankle? And again, to go back to the foot landing, so here we can see it's pretty much a flat foot landing or maybe heel strike. But some people, what they call foot landing is when the foot touches the ground. So usually it will be a heel strike. What we consider a foot landing in Ochy is when the force is applied. Hence, when this little dot here becomes orange. Just so you know, in case you use Ochy later on, if you see a heel strike and Ochy say flat foot, doesn't mean you're wrong or we are, just mean that we might have a different definition of it. So we look at arm position. We explain to you how it could be more efficient, right? Again, only suggestions. We don't have we are not, I don't know how we say science infuse in English, but we don't pretend to know it all, right? But we try our best to base everything on science. Yes, Perrin.
No, that's why I wanted to add right here. It's the system and the algorithm that we build is made through labs validation and with labs. So, and everything, all the analysis is made according to height, weight, and speed of the person. We are not robots, so nobody will have the same analysis of another one. You are unique in your form, so that's why we are taking all this in consideration to give you the analysis at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Perrin. Then we will look at joint angle. We see knee, hip, and elbows here. We can see the symmetry, asymmetries. We also have ankle and shoulders. If you export the PDF, we didn't want to overwhelm you guys with data here or your athletes. That's why if you want more, you just export the PDF and you get it. And for the fun part, we give a running style to all of your athletes. One thing that's pretty important that I didn't mention, we don't have to be with our athletes to get an analysis and to get a report. If they send you a video, you can easily upload it and you get the report. Then you can send it to them. Because I know some of you guys do coaching with distance, that could help as well. Perrin, do you have anything to add before I close this page and we continue?
I think you can just add, like on a treadmill, obviously we're going to do just pronation, supination, knee abduction, adduction, and the pelvic drop. As you didn't mention, you just mentioned abduction, adduction, but I think just to make sure we go from the hip to down right now. We're going to add things over time, but same, it takes time, it takes research. So we want to make sure we have lab validation behind it before we actually put it in the app. So it will come over time, but right now we are confident about the lower body, and it will help us. I think, David, you will talk about it after, but for the shoe recommendation, that's the most important right now.
Oh, you wanted to go to the shoe recommendation as well?
No, just.
Okay, I was staying strictly to coaches. I was going to talk about the walking analysis though, because I know there might be some
walking analysis is coming too. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because it's important.
Yeah, on the treadmill and overground, we are actually working on the walking analysis. So we got a feedback from a lot of PTs actually that are using the app. And we had a list of metrics that they would like to have in the app. So right now we have a list of, I think, like 25 metrics. So we get it up into 4 different batches. We are working on it. So it will normally come, let's say, third quarter of the year. So we can show you that in the next few months, let's say. But yes, we are working on this walking, because obviously the metrics are different, but it can be really interesting for you guys also to see what's going on when the person is walking before running. So you see the style. And if an athlete is coming back from injuries, rehab will start with walking also. So we're taking everything in consideration. Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
What I will do now, I will leave everything open. If you guys have any question, you can ask. And if you want me to navigate a bit more, or if you have question about specific metrics, this is your time. I don't even know where to open the chat. I think Matt, you got it. Oh,
You
it's
can have it in
right
the
here. Oh, I
bottom.
see question and response
Yeah.
here. If I
You have a
open
lot
it,
of
all
question already.
right.
Yes, for you. Yeah.
So, how expensive is this system? We can talk about it a bit later. Let's talk about the data first. The tech example are using mobile phone. Can software be installed on an iPad? Great question. I would rather install it in an iPad because it's visually more appealing. So yes, if you do have an iPad, feel free to do. Apple, Android as well works.
Mhm.
What is the minimum number of strides required in a video for Ochy to be able to draw conclusion from?
So you need 3 full stride. So left, right, left, right, left, right. So it's 6 total to make sure we can actually measure and have a view on what is going on. So the video is normally 2-3 seconds is enough, but you need 3 full cycle to make sure we can calculate everything from head to toe.
And just to make sure also, oh no, you remove the question, Matt, I see.
You can have it in a répondu on top.
Okay, because I just wanted to bounce on the word conclusion. What we put here, even though there is some colors, is not necessarily conclusion. The AI just say, this is what I saw, period. We don't say good, bad. We just say, during the time of the video, this is what I see. We talk a lot about pronation, but we know that there's pronation that comes after the fatigue. So of course, you're not going to see it in a 10-second run. But if you put your athletes on a run for a while and you let fatigue accumulate and you start recording him now, you can get more conclusion. You can get more conclusion about the pronation. But what we do is strictly put in numbers what we see. Okay. So no conclusion whatsoever. We don't do diagnose or anything. We don't take any corner or any side, so to speak.
What I like to say to PTs or coaches in general, we are not trying to replace nobody. Like
Definitely.
we are the third eye that can help you to draw conclusion. We are showing you metrics, but after that, you are the coach, you are the pro, and you know your athletes to help them on a daily basis and draw conclusion. So we are the third eyes. That's why I like to call it, but we are not trying to replace you.
Definitely good one. Is the use of the system by monthly payment or off payment one-off? Both, but we'll discuss all this a bit later, but both. Let me put it's been responded. Can we also have an extra front view analysis to check the arm crossings, Perrin? Can we do
Yes, that's a really, really good one. And I know everybody, a lot of you all want this view. Actually, we are debating on this. Do we do front view right now with the crossing? Because I know crossing body can have a real impact on hips to up, and you are losing a lot of energy when you run if obviously your body is going all over the places. We are facing 2 things. Do we work on that and you will have it in a year, or we are trying to work on a 3D analysis so you can have all the views in one videos. So I know it's a big demands, but yeah, it's internally again, like we have to decide what we want to do, but it's something that I'm aware of. I'm pushing my team to work on it, but at the same time, we have a lot of person who ask for the 3D. So we are in between. So it's a lot of research at the same time. Yeah. But I know. It's a lot of it's super important to have this feature. Actually, when you have a back view video like you have right now, even if we don't have the numbers on the arms, elbow and wrist, you can have a first view on if the person is crossing or not. So I let you decide if you want to use that for now.
Stuart said, I like to assess my athletes after a 5K run over ground, just so there is some fatigue in the runner to help get a better picture. Would you say this is a good way to do it? Again, depends. It depends what you want to see. That's what I was saying. Like, would you say data is good? I mean, I don't know. Why do you need this data? What are you trying to see? So if you're trying to see how your athlete is behaving when fatigue and stress are accumulating, then I would say it's a good way. If you just want to see a natural form, I'd say don't put the fatigue on him. But again, always depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, the best thing and what we used to do at the beginning as an athlete 1.2 is to have video at the beginning, middle, and end. So you see if the athlete is actually have lower form at the ends, or is from the beginning you can see already that you are in the red, like we call it. But it's up to you. If you can have access to the app, unlimited, obviously, go for it. Take a lot of videos so you can track and see the pattern of your athletes over time. It will help you to see if you need to correct something or let the athletes completely be natural.
Yep. I work mainly with para athletes, blade runners, and frame runners. Is Ochy able to help here?
Not yet. It depends because there's a lot of let's not difference, but um, it's more on the research side, and we have to adapt the whole product on that. So I would love to do it, but we have to be really close to validation, scientific validation, and that's another story. So I would love to, but right now I will say no.
Raphael said, there is an exercise section in the corner. Can you send them to athletes? Those here. And do they get those? If you send the analyst link, I think they do get the exercise, right, Perrine?
Actually, I have a doubt. I don't think so. No.
I know it's not on the PDF.
Yeah, they have to have their own app to be able to have access to the exercises.
True.
Yeah. But you as a coach won't be able to send the exercise. Yeah.
You mentioned height and weight of an athlete. Is this something the coach enters? Yes. When you create your athlete's profile, you put name, height, weight, and email even. Can you record from behind outside as well as on the treadmill? Yes. And we just got a new update this week. Actually, when you record outside from the ground, the AI will zoom in your athletes automatically so that we can record from a further distance instead of having the person.
You have an example of the overground? Oh no.
I don't have a. I mean, yes, I should have, but it's recorded from my screen, so the quality will be not so good.
It's just to have an idea.
Yeah, it's like here.
So when you are trying to do the video, the athlete starts really from like closer to your phone, and you wait till it's actually away from the camera from head to toe, and then you start a record, and you record like for 10 meters. 10 meters is enough, and you will have the results in less than a minute.
Richard said, does the video needs to be taken static or can you pen to record also? I'm not sure what pen moves means.
Static. Everything has to be static because if you are moving all over the place, if you are doing like this, you're outside and you do like this, all the calculation and metrics will be false. For example, if you have the oscillation or if you have foot strike, like you have to understand that the AI precision and the precision of the AI will be the best if you are not moving. So if you can have a tripod, it's even better. So we can have really precise metrics and calculation behind it. Yeah.
This one is for you again, Perrine. How has this been validated? Versus Vicon?
Not Vicon, I have a doubt. But we can send the validation if you want. It's Qualisys. So we were in so we did the validation with a lab here where we're from in Rennes, France. The lab is called INRIA. We can send you the validation. It's in English, so no problem for everybody to understand. But so we first it took a really long time to get this validation because what we did first, we went outside on the track and then we put capture on runners. We made them run at different speed. We took the two genders and we make them so run on the track. And then after that, we went back to the lab, did the AI validation, and then we went inside where it's completely isolated. And we had 26 cameras all over the places. And then we gathered data, and then the lab did the validation behind it. So we can send you everything. You will be able to read it, no problem. And then if you have questions, the same, you can come back to us. We are 3 people in the biomechanic team, so one of us will be able to answer your question. No problem.
Mark said, how does space affect the metrics? Have you found that this changes a lot with space? And does Ochy record pace and whether the person is speeding up or slowing down?
Yes, the answer will be different according to the speed. The biomechanic analysis will change. So that's what is really important to have this speed because the posture that you have when you run, let's say 4 minutes per K and 7 minutes per K will be completely different. So that's why you have to add the speed and we adapt the results according to it.
And I believe it answers the next one also from Jan Balmer, which asked if the analysis would change based on the speed and if it would be different.
It will change.
If it doesn't, Jan, please ask it again.
Do the test and you'll see. But
yeah, right.
I'm super confident that everything will change with the speed.
Sean, is the analysis delivered directly back to me via the app? Yeah, you get it in real time. It's right there. Even when you get on the web app, which is what I was showing, because you have an access from the app from your phone, but you can also access everything from your laptop, from your browser, at app.ochy.io. You connect on your account and you get everything in real time. Does Ochy capture sprints or is it just effective for distance runners?
Right now is distance up to 2 minutes 45 per K. Sprint, we are working on it right now with labs. The problem of sprints is the AI do not follow as quick as possible that we would like because obviously the runners and I bet for your coaches you want when you are in the block more than any other phases of the sprint. So that's the question of working on AI precision that are missing. And on metrics, it will not be completely specific enough to give you anything. So right now, if you want to try, if you have athletes who are not as quick as pro athletes, you can have a first view on it on the side view, only for that. On the side view, it will help you to have an idea, but don't count on metrics to give you all the answers, I will say, to be honest.
Yep. One question though for you, Perrine. If we do a sprint and we don't get accurate data, is it reliable in the mistake it makes? Meaning that if there is an improvement, even if the base was wrong, does the improvement, is the improvement right? Or it will give just...
Sometimes you have leg swap because it goes too quick. So the AI will switch legs or go too fast. So it will...
Okay.
I will say we are working on it, but let's wait a little. Like it's a part of the research that we are doing, but right now I'm not confident enough to put that in the app yet.
Step by step.
Step by step.
So can Ochy distinguish between, for example, a sprinter and an ultra runner, as there will be a difference in the optimal running style? I think we just answered that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like to assess my athletes. We already read this one. Do you have to calibrate for treadmill to get the speed? If it's on the treadmill, you actually put the spin manually.
Yeah.
What about accuracy of camera position to obtain correct data? I think it's more.
Which one it is? I'm trying to go down the list.
It's Jenny Blizzard at 7:28 p.m. or 6:28 for them.
Jenny, where's Jenny? Say that again, the question, so I can.
Jenny, so it's, do you have to calibrate for treadmill? Then on right below, it's what about accuracy of camera position to obtain correct data?
I think 120 is enough to get the video is specific enough on that. So you have to calibrate 120 frames per second from your phones to have good and accurate video plus data.
Camera position to obtain. Oh yeah, you do 120?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then she asked, can you slow down the video to get maximum minimum angle? As a running physio, I like to see max hip flexion at the front and max hip extension from behind.
Yeah, but when you record the video, don't do a slow motion video.
Yeah.
Or else the metric will be down, like it will be out.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
done
can,
for you.
yeah. But as when you have the video analyzed in the app, then you can slow. Can you show it on the screen, maybe, David? You can.
Here?
You know, I think on the dots you can also go slower. Yeah, you see, you can slow the video and then you can.
You can accelerate. Oh,
Yeah.
should I downloaded
You
it?
can, yeah, you can change the speed. So you can play with it and have slow-mo. But do not upload a slow-mo video or else everything will be false.
Can the system compare two sessions or sets of data from the same athletes or report if there has been an improvement in the metrics? Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Just compare here. You take even two different athletes, hit validates, and you get a comparison. Can you use back view of a ground rather than treadmill? Yes. I don't recall seeing this option from the app. It's normal. It's brand new, Gary. Update your app and you will get it. Stuart said, fantastic. Thanks. Thank you, Stuart. Paul, from what age is this system used from?
There's no age. There's height and weight. We go minimum of 50 kilos and 1.50 meters. That's the minimum. And it goes up to 100 kilo and 2 meters height. No age, but you know what in Ochy try to yeah, younger people, we don't think it's really I think they're too young to have video analysis because they still have to grow a little bit. They have to be natural more than anything. But after that, it's your opinion, your point of view. So if you want to do analysis with the young kids, no problem too.
James said, if you record athletes running at different speeds, can the system compare their form? Yes, because the things that will be compared is the data that we gathered. So the AI take a look, give you a report on what she sees, and she can compare the two, just like here. I believe they were running at a different speed here. So yes, they can. Am I asking question in the wrong place? My chat seems disabled. No, Michael Reeves, you can ask a question. Is Ochy part of any academic research? Either to look at the use of Ochy or to use Ochy as a tool as part of the research?
There's a lot of research right now. So we are part of research in the US. We are part of research here in France on the academic side, actually, for like 6 months. We are part of research in Pakistan also. So there's a lot of places who want to do research with and with the system and with us. Yeah.
Zoe Lambert, is it better to video runners with the camera in a portrait or landscape orientation? It depends. When you will, so I will invite you guys to download Ochy. You will have a 7 days free trial. When you will launch an analysis, your camera will open. If you're trying to do a back view analysis, you will have a frame telling you how to position the athletes in the frame, and you will have to be in vertical. If you want to do an overground side view analysis, you will have to put it horizontal so that the athletes crosses through the phone and through the camera from the horizontal view. So both. Does the tool shows improvement against measurement and re-measurement following use of recommended exercises? We can see a before and an after and see the improvement. But as of now, if what you're looking for is a graphic that shows you the improvement, we don't. Ian Wilson, is there a comprehensive Ochy training course I can do? Is it a course to train yourself on how to use Ochy, or is the question, did Ochy created a training course to teach you how to train your athletes and how to handle the data? I'm not sure. But if it's to use Ochy, whenever you download the app, you have all the tutorials, you have a help center, you can even reach out to us. And if we need to schedule a training, we will do so. Now, if it's a training on how to interpret the data, we don't, but you can also contact us and we can discuss with you and help you out.
Yep.
If you only need to capture 10-second videos, why would you not be able to capture 10-second sprinters? It's because it's not the same speed of movement.
And you will have to move, I think you will have to move the camera. You cannot stay in one place and have the 10-second video of an athlete at the same time. You will have to go like this to follow, or else you're going to have to be way too far behind to be able to have the 10 seconds, meaning maybe like 80 meters of the athletes, and so the AI will not be able to detect all the body parts if you're really, really too far. Normally, what we say, and it's in the app, if you download it, it will show you the tutorial. You have to be between 7 and 10 meters away from the athletes to have it head to toe and make sure we can get all the body parts and then give you the metrics accordingly.
Mark said, I have just downloaded the app and it seems very easy to use and navigate, which is great for a novice like me. Looks like there is a cost to use it on a monthly subscription. Yes, Mark. This is not free, but you can use it and try it for free for 7 days. And there's only one more question. And then if there's more. I finished the questions. We finished the questions, and then we can talk about the subscription and the special offer that you guys can get. Can you please repeat what the maximum speed of an athlete that it will pick up from an analysis?
The max speed, it's 245 per K, up to 7.
George said, is it possible to load video into the app taken on different device, i.e. export video from a camera to the app? Yes, George. You can have your athletes being from a distance, sending you a video, you can upload it and you will get the report. Abdul said, does Ochy share data to third parties? Excellent question. You want to go, Perrine, or?
Go for it.
Well, I say no. We don't use the data, we don't sell it, we don't share it. We can access it if you want us to take a look. Sometimes I have clients who tells me to make sure that they grant me access so that I can check from a distance if they use it well, but we will not do anything else with the data.
RGPD, we have no access to anything. There's no name, there's no nothing. So
exactly.
If you have a problem and we are face to face and you are okay with giving us obviously the email address that you used, and then we do it together. So you see exactly what we do, but or else there's no way we can have access to nothing. It's not related. I don't even know the systems to get there. So you are really in control of everything that you have on your app. You can delete, you can do whatever you want. We have no access. RGPD first. Yes.
George, is it possible to load a video into the app taken on different... Oh, no, already done. Spectator Anonym. Can athletes send a video for analysis by us on the app? I work with a lot of athletes remotely. Yes, it seems to be a question that's coming back. Yes, guys, if you work with athletes remotely and you do online coaching, which is a great business to be in, your athletes can send you a video of themselves. You upload it, you get full report, you send it to them. Yes. And it was the last question. Thank you guys for all these questions. There was 37 total. It's great. If there is no more, I believe we can jump into the costs and how much should you invest in Ochy to be able to use it. So first of all, I will repeat, if you download the app right now and you create an account as a coach, you will get a 7 days free trial. If you have any questions during the trial, again, feel free to reach out. We will be here to help you out. At the end of your free trial, you will have different options. We do subscriptions, monthly, yearly, but the price will depend on how many analyses you are planning on using it. To give you a start and a ballpark, the first plan is 49 a month. I'm talking euro. Sorry for those in the UK, we'll have to do the conversion. So 49 euros a month. And if I'm not mistaken, you can do 15 analysis per month with it. It's not taking into consideration the 15% discount that you guys have access to with the code that will be sent to you right after this webinar. So check your emails. We will send you the recap. We will send you the replay and a special code that you can use to get your discount. It's 15% off. If you need more than 15 analysis, I even believe that you will have all the offers. So you can just use the code on any offer that you wish. I need to precise something. When we say 15 analysis, it's not 15 clients or athletes or patients. It's 15 videos that you upload, meaning that if you have one client and you do a back view and then you do a side view, it's 2 analyses. All right. Is there any more question now that we talk about? To be clear, this system can't be used for sprinters. I think that's a yes. For now, yes. You cannot use it for sprinter. If you want to do an analysis on the sprinter form with like a stop-start, that's not going to work. And because of the speed of the sprinter, it's not going to be accurate. That's what we mean. You can try. You have a 7 days free trial. Maybe the data you'll get, you'll like it, but we don't want to pretend it's going to be accurate on this specific setup. All right. You're welcome, Paul. Guys, we want to thank you for attending and for your time, for your questions, for your consideration. And again, if you need anything from us, you can always reach out. Don't forget, you will receive an email with the recap, the replay of this webinar, and also the discount code that you can claim and use to claim your 15% discount. But also, don't forget, download the app, create an account as a coach so you can claim a 7 days free trial.